Hi friends, welcome to the online language learning. Today we are going to discuss the vocabulary development through mythological words, root words and mnemonics as sources. Why vocabulary building is very important in language learning? Because the language learning vitally requires the enhancement of these four skills called listening, speaking, reading and writing. For all these skills, vocabulary plays a vital role, and it is important to know the mythological words, root words, and mnemonics for the fluent speaking of vocabulary building. Mastering English vocabulary. So, how to master English vocabulary? English is a language called a lingua franca, a bridge language for all the languages. It has a long history. It has its roots was mostly from Latin and Greek, and we can learn through retention of words from the original language, the meaning retained or changed, interesting nuances, then find the ways to relate word and its meaning by the correlation. Then it is easier to remember. So how to remember all the words which we learn? So we could use the mnemonic techniques to recollect and remember all the words while using this English language. Now let us see what are the methodologies we use in this vocabulary building. In the first methodology, we can use mythological words. Next is root words, then mnemonics, next prefixes and suffixes, then word clusters, and finally we can use a methodology called word trees. Let us see how to learn from these kind of methodologies. What is mythological words? Words from Greek mythology, which makes interesting reading as stories appeal more. An association with a picture possible helps retention and recall. This is to say that visual impact plays a vital role in learning a word. Though we learn the words, it is quite interesting if you learn words through some kind of images. So it helps to retention and recall. So let us see the image. What is this image? What is the spelling? Chimera. How will you pronounce this word? Chimera? No. They stands the nuances of English language. It has its own pronunciation, phonemic symbols. This word has to be pronounced as chimera. So what is chimera? Chimera is a noun, chimerical is adjective. Origin from the chimera means fire-breathing monster with a lion's head, goat's body and serpent's tail. And definition: fantastic, unreal, impossible, absurd. Thespian. So what is thespian? Thespian is a person from ancient Greek, the father of Greek drama, which means pertaining to drama or acting. The word can be used thespian. Next word is, you're familiar with this picture. What is it? Yeah, very good. It is called as labyrinth. So let us see what is labyrinth. Labyrinth is nothing but a maze-like structure, especially underground or covered. So labyrinthine is adjective, and the origin is from labyrinth, which means a fabled maze in Crete. And definition you all could know and you would have read from stories. It is full of confusing passageways, intricate and complicated. So that is the definition of the labyrinth. Next is Narcissus. What is Narcissus? See this portrait. How attractive. Can we decode from this image? Can we decode? Yeah, good. So it is love with oneself. The origin of Narcissus is from Narcissus, a young man who fell in love with his own image, which led to his death. So definition is in love with oneself, that is, simply we could call it as egocentric. Next is root words. So how to interpret the unknown or obscure words from the root words? Here's one of the methodology to find out the meaning of the obscure words. So most of the root words are from Latin and Greek and have a meaning and given rise to several words. For example, take a word called pan. What is pan? In Indian context, if we say pan, generally we'll tell the expansion of pan like permanent account number, but not that, friends. This is pan means all. So pan is a word which you can derive many words from that, like pan, pan-Asian, pan-Indian, then pan-cooker, then panacea. So this kind of words given rise to several words. Next, possessing same or similar meaning. Next, it can be used to learn words in cluster. It is very easy to learn and recall many connected words. So that is the special methodology of root words. Because nowadays, if students, when they go for any online test or things, the most of the things earlier we had is reading comprehension passage. Now it's online, it is listening comprehension passages. So in these passages, this comprehension plays a vital role. So how do we comprehend? If you find some unknown words, that time you could use this technique as root words. From the root words, you could interpret the meaning and give the correct answers and get good scores or grades in the test you are appearing for. Next, it is easy to learn and recall many connected words. Let us see some of the root words. Anti. Anti means against. For example, antibacterial, antidote, antithesis. So you could decode from this word. If anti comes means it should be against. Next, chrome. So what is chrome? Chrome means color. Monochromatic, phytochrome, and chromate. In Chennai, there is a place called chromate where they used to color the leathers in the earlier years during the British regime. Still, that place is called as chromate. So, chrome is a word which has derived from the root word called color. Next is geo. Geo is related with earth, and the words associated are geography, geology, geometry, and geoengineering. Next is sin. Sin spelling is S-Y-N. It is together with, which gives the words synthetic, photosynthesis, and synchronization, sync, so on. You could see while using the online social media, you could have seen, do you want to sync with your contacts, like that it would ask. So that is synthesis together. Next is tropos. So tropos is nothing but turning. Tropos, heliotrope, tropical, etc. Next, audi. Audi means hear. It is audible, audience, auditorium. So these are some of the keywords which you could identify from the root words. Next is duck, means lead, make, deduce, produce, educate. Next, lev means to lift, that is levitate, elevate, leverage. Next is scrib, script, which means to write, script, proscribe, describe. Vac, what is vac? Some kind of vacuum, which means empty, vacate, evacuate. Manu, this means hand. Manual, you could call manual script, manual, manicure, manipulate. Next, jaw, which means law, jury, justice, justify, jurisprudence. So many words we could derive from this jaw. Next, mnemonics. So what is meant by mnemonics? Mnemonics plays a vital role. It is nothing but the art of recollecting things. Say for example, the students would ask, sir, how do I want to improve my English language, I want to improve my vocabulary. And many would suggest, learn daily 50 words so that you could easily have a good vocabulary. We may learn many words, but how to recollect those words when we speak, that is most important. This mnemonics will be very useful. So mnemonics is nothing but a coin to remember something easily. For example, WebGear. For a colors of spectrum, we used to use the acronym called WebGear. So it can be created and used on our own. And it should be relevant to the word's meaning and remain the creator of the theme. It will be very effective in long-term remembrance. See this picture, amalgamate. Amalgamate is to combine, to mix together. Here all the colors have been amalgamated. And even there is a game called Atmol game. Hence people come together and gather for the game. And some companies, they'll call their companies as amalgamations, which means a group of companies. And parsimonious, stingy, miserly, which means when you think of a word parsimonious, it's similar to the word purse. You could connect in this way. Next is, think of a known person who never takes his purse out of, hence does not spend money. Even we used to ask for treat for every person. Whatever we do, we'll ask for any treat or party like that. So in that scenario, you could use a term also called Dutch party or treat. So which means whatever they had, they have to pay on their own. So this kind of words from the mythological characters and Greek and Latin origin could be used in your conversation. So that will play a good vocabulary strength for your speech. Thank you for watching this video. Have an enjoyable learning experience. And this is an OER creation by FDP 201X SRM team 1151 first team for the online blended learning and teaching workshop by Dr. Padmapriya, team leader SRMIST, Dr. Ami Felix, SRMIST, and Dr. J. Jayachandran from Anna University, Chennai. Thank you. See you.